everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. It is Kevin here and it is time for a writing hack test video. My sister Laura writes, she's always linked in the description below, has talked about this writing hack that she swears by. She swears that if she writes in Comic Sans, she can get more writing done. And I was like, I don't know, it seems a little hokey. But she apparently, I think she got it from Alexa Dunn. I don't know if Alexa Dunn came up with this or if she tested it out on her channel or what, but I remember she also did a video on it. And then my sister has been talking about it. She talked about it during Camp Nano and I was like, I don't know, is this real? I don't know if this is real. This seems a little fake. But I decided I'm gonna try it because I need to get some writing done and why not try and hack it, you know? Or test hack it, whatever. This could be like a little confusing of a hack to test because who's to say like maybe in that moment, in that scene, you just weren't doing very well writing wise because you were stuck or something like that. So I have decided I'm going to try and write in multiple different projects in multiple different sprints and then do an average of them. So that way I can figure out something a little more concrete than like, yep, I wrote more. I want it to be a little more scientific, which is horrifying because I did terrible in science and almost failed out in everyone I've ever taken. I'm not a stupid kid, but man, do I hate science class. So what I'm gonna do is I have a short story, the French book, and then also the fantasy novel. So I haven't actually started the fantasy novel yet. The short story is kind of like in the middle of a stuck period. And then my French money pit, I'm like kind of like full force into it right now. So I feel like I have 3 different gradients of story. And what I wanna do is I wanna do 5-minute sprints, thinking 2 5-minutes in each one, and then averaging them all together at the end. So half of them will be with Comic Sans, half of them will be with my regular. I think I use Times New Roman, I'm not actually sure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and figure out all that stuff and then do the average at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and there's Damien. You look like Pennywise in the It Chapter 2 trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, do my first sprint. I think the first one I'm gonna do is going to be my normal font, and it's gonna be in the French Money Pit, which is the book that I'm full force into right now. Do a 5-minute sprint, I'm gonna time it, let you know what I did, and then we're gonna hop on into the Comic Sans. Apparently this works. I don't know if it does. I don't know if I believe it. We're gonna find out. We're gonna see if my mind is blown by the end of this video. I look like I'm about to serial kill some people. So my computer's updating currently, and so I had to take a little break to let it finish, and this is where I'm at. Beauty has a price, am I right? My computer is done updating. I'm still a little juicy, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So first 5-minute sprint. I can't take myself seriously. First 5-minute sprint is going to be the French Money Pit. Let's get started. I have done my first writing sprint in my regular, which is Times New Roman, my regular font. So I did Times New Roman 5-minute sprint on the French Money Pit and I got 276 words. So now it's time to do a Comic Sans 5-minute writing sprint and see if I somehow get more or less. I think 276 is pretty average for me for a writing sprint. So we'll see what comes out of this. I'm thinking about maybe splitting this into a 2-day experiment, just that way it's like maybe one day I'm just off on my writing. So that way I think it'll be interesting to see if it changes day to day. 5 more sprints for today and then 6 tomorrow. I'm gonna keep sprinting because I need to eat dinner soon and then Game of Thrones is on and then I'll have to go to bed. So I'm gonna get some sprints done and we'll come back. Comic Sans #1 from the French Money Pit. I got 322 words. Now I do wanna say that this is why I'm doing the experiment with lots of different drafts, whatnot, different stories, because I will say that in this instance, it was the first kissing scene in the book. I tend to like do really well writing with these kinds of scenes. They're my favorite scenes to write. Again, I don't know if that's due to the Comic Sans that I did more so far or what, but I did do about 50 words more. So far, if I were to stop this experiment here, I would say that it's 1, but I got plenty more to go. Now I'm gonna close down the French Money Pit book for today. We're gonna switch over to the short story where I'm gonna do 2 5-minute sprints and then it's gonna be for the fantasy, which I have not written a single word in. That's gonna be an interesting one to get to, but closing these down and I'm gonna switch over stories. I'm gonna make this update quick because dinner's about to go off in the oven. I wrote the short story, 307 words in the regular font, which on this one is Calibra for some reason, and then 284 in the Comic Sans hack. This one, if anything, is the opposite of last one. However, I am still happy that I'm getting words done in these projects because I'm realizing that this hack project is helping me get like words done and stuff that sometimes I was struggling to get done before. Again, this is not the end of this. I still have lots more to do. I still have 2 more writing sprints to do tonight on the fantasy book. However, Game of Thrones started 10 minutes ago, so Damien and I are gonna grab our dinner. Damien's gonna watch his 2nd episode ever of Game of Thrones, which is gonna be the finale, because he likes to do things backwards. And then I'm hoping that will help me get in the mood to write the fantasy. So I'm gonna jump into that and do the 2 sprints after that. I'm gonna go eat dinner, I'm gonna go watch Game of Thrones, and I'll be back to tell you how much I probably hated it. I just finished Game of Thrones and dinner, and I have a lot to say about Game of Thrones at the same time, absolutely nothing. And that right there should tell you how I feel about the ending. I am about to do my sprints for the fantasy book, starting off with the regular lettering and then the Comic Sans. I'm getting sleepy. I'm getting a really bad headache. So we're gonna check back in when I'm done with these 2 sprints and see how I did. This will be the tiebreaker for today on which one worked better. As you can tell from the lighting, it is getting very late here. I did my 2 sprints. I did 266 for the regular Times New Roman, and I did 240 for Comic Sans. Now, at this point, based off of this alone, not going off of tomorrow's that I'm also gonna average in, I would say that so far, my regular Times New Roman is just, I mean, it seems to be better. I will say though, is that it's not better by much. I'm not getting more words by much. So at this point, I'm really just kind of feeling like maybe, for me at least, this writing hack is just the same as if I'm just writing regular Times New Roman. Again though, I'm gonna be doing all of these sprints tomorrow when I get home from work and see if maybe I get some kind of different results. Maybe it'll help my averages out, I'm not sure. But for tonight at least, I'm thinking that maybe this is just not a hack that's going to work for me. You know, I wasn't against it. Like I had a feeling that maybe it wasn't gonna work for me, but I just because it seems a little like, you know, at the beginning of the video, it seems a little like, not to say it's made up, but it seems like a placebo effect kind of thing. I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping it would work for me because I'm willing to do anything to get more words out. I will say that I'm very happy with what I've got done tonight though. I probably got about 1,500 words done tonight, somewhere around there. And that makes me happy that, I mean, if the hack of getting more words done didn't necessarily work, at least testing the hack got more words done, so that's nice. I just really wanted this to work because I really want to find a secret way to get more words done, I guess. Again, still have tomorrow, so for tonight though, this experiment is done. I'm gonna go to bed and you'll see each other just like this. Hey look, I told you I'd be back after the snap of that finger. It is now the next day, Monday. And I am going to do the 5-minute sprints on each one in each font style again and see how this turns out. We're gonna jump back into this experiment and see how today's sprints go. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start with the French Money Pit book. I'm gonna go ahead and do the regular font and then the Comic Sans font and see how these writing sprints turn out. Will Comic Sans proceed? I was gonna say, will it win? And I don't know. Well, we'll see. I can't deny it. I did my 2 sprints in Times New Roman and for Comic Sans in the French Money Pit. And for the regular Times New Roman, I got 289 words. And then for the Comic Sans, I got 377. So I can't deny that Comic Sans seems to be working for the French Money Pit project. I don't know if it's because it's a contemporary YA that I'm already kind of dove into. I don't know if it's because it's like good C. I don't know. I don't know, but for some reason, I seem to be getting the most words in this project, which I kind of had a feeling from the very beginning that was gonna be kind of the case, is that I'd get the most words, but I didn't know it was necessarily gonna be with the Comic Sans. So that's an interesting little thing that's popped up so far, is that for the French Money Pit, Comic Sans has clearly won. Now I'm gonna move on to the short story and do my writing sprints, but as we know from yesterday, it did not win there. It also did not win in the fantasy book. So it's very possible that this is just a fluke for the French Money Pit. I don't know. Jump into the short story while that guy outside is doing whatever he's doing and get some writing sprints done for the short story and come back in a minute or a second. I'm feeling a little shook right now, and I hate that I even just said that. I did my short story sprints and I did 327 in Times New Roman and 352 in Comic Sans. That means that at this point, for today at least, Comic Sans is winning on both of these stories. I guess all that's left is to do the fantasy sprints and then do some adding up, some math, and see where it lands. I don't know. Again, as I said yesterday, at the end of the day, I think that it may just very well be that it ends up averaging almost the same amount of words, that to me, it may not even, I mean, it's not that I hate writing in Comic Sans. I know some people hate Comic Sans. It's whatever to me. I don't care. It might just be, it doesn't really matter to me what the font is because it doesn't help or hinder me. That seems to be the course it's going. I think they're gonna average out pretty closely. Maybe I'll have to do like a more in-depth test in the future where maybe I do longer writing sprints or something like that. For this one at least, seems to be pretty even. But again, I still have 2 more to go before I can make my conclusions, my final thoughts, and all the math, which I'm also dreading. I'm gonna go ahead and do the last 2 sprints and then go to dinner and then come back and do do all the other good stuff. I am now done with my writing sprints for the fantasy book, and I got 323 words for my Times New Roman and 337 for my Comic Sans. It seems like Comic Sans, not even seems, Comic Sans definitely won today. However, I don't know by how much. Yesterday, Times New Roman won 2 out of the 3 times, and it's possible if they won by enough words, it'll be more. Does that make sense? Either way, I'm gonna go make dinner really quick, and then I'm gonna eat and watch something with Damien, and then I'll come back to do my final, how everything turned out, and my final feelings at the end of this test, and see how it did. I have some feelings to talk about, but I'm gonna wait for a little bit, so I can let the juices of thought marinate. That sounds so gross. Okay, I'll be back. It is the moment you've all been waiting for. I have added up I have the averages. I've added up everything. I've divided things and I have the averages. So for the 6 regular Times New Roman 5-minute sprints, I got 298 words on average. For the Comic Sans, all 6 on average, I got 318. Duh. Okay, here's what I'll say. On average, I got 20 more words a minute. No, that's wrong. Reverse it, 20 more words per 5 minutes. I guess if I'm being technical, the Comic Sans hack works. I don't know how I feel about that. I wasn't going in feeling one way or the other. Here's what I'll say. Did it work by a lot? No. I didn't get hundreds of more words per, 5 minutes. I didn't do crazy more, but I also didn't do crazy less. It's slightly above, which is, that is actually a little like, I don't know. I don't know what to say or how to feel, but it won. It won. It worked. The Comic Sans hack does work, so it is. Kevin approved, I guess. That's not a thing I do, but it's Kevin approved. I will say though, because so many people hate writing in Comic Sans, I don't think it's necessarily worth it to write in it if you hate it, because it was only 20 more words per 5 minutes. So is it worth you like hating it while you're writing it? I don't know. Will I be doing it? I don't know, because I don't really mind Comic Sans. I don't mind Times New Roman. I may switch back and forth, so that way I was doing different shades of colors while I'm writing, like Kate Kavanaugh does, because it's easy to keep track of where I left off. But I think that sometimes it's like hard to find a new color that I hadn't used already, so maybe I'll try this. I don't know. Will I use it again in the future? I don't know. Maybe. It worked though. I will say that maybe in the future I'll do another test of this and do longer writing sprints, because it's very possible that 5 minutes, sometimes you're just getting in the groove of writing. You just haven't hit that stride yet, so maybe it's just that. Maybe in the future I'll do 10 minutes and I'll do all these in 10 minutes instead of the 5. But for now, if you're doing 5-minute sprints, Comic Sans works. Yep. I have at least one other writing hack that I want to test out, but if you have any other ones that you'd like to see me try, go ahead and comment below and let me know, and I will get to them, because this is actually a lot of fun. If nothing else, I had fun doing this, and it did get a lot of words done. Like in total, I wrote over like 3,000 words in 2 days, which isn't like amazing. It's not like some people who write like 8,000 in one day, but for someone that has been taking time off because of Camp NaNoWriMo, that's a lot of words for me. It's more than I've written recently in this entire month. That was exciting. I liked that. If nothing else, this hack got me back to writing. So again, if there's any other writing hacks you want me to go ahead and try, comment below, let me know, and I will try them. If you made it this far into the video, hit the like button if you liked it, hit the subscribe button if you loved it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on Thursday for the writing vlog.